Thank you, Sahil, and thank you, Gautam, for being
Thank
here
you very
today.
much.
Thank you. Welcome to Republic Business Leadership Conclave. Firstly, I would like to begin by asking you, how do you define leadership in today's digital age?
Thank you for asking this. As the founder of Collegedunia, as somebody, leadership for me is the man in the arena setting the agenda. It's the old school leadership today is more like preparing for the war at the same time as telling your troops what is next. So for me is leadership being in, being where you are, setting the right standards, and then from taking it forward.
I think leadership, I'm no one to talk about leadership per se, but I think it's really about getting getting your team together. You're all rallying towards an idea, you're rallying towards a problem. So, what happens as a leader is that you're interacting with, when you're running your business at different times, you're doing different things. And these people, set of people who are doing different tasks in the company, you're rallying them towards a goal. The basic uh, how you get them to work towards a goal, how do they get motivated? That's really just about leadership, and it's about every day. How do you get that culture working? That's what leadership would mean really for me.
Sahil, do tell us about your journey so far with Collegedunia and what is the story behind it? Our audience would love to know about it. Please tell us.
So I graduated in 2010. My first startup was Get My Form, where we thought that we'll digitize all the forms online, just like Book My Show did. I tried to approach a lot of colleges, and I did not find a good headway. Um, I even started a grocery startup, would not do. So there are 3 failed startups I have before it was Collegedunia. Those things actually laid the foundation, because when I met students, they wanted authentic reviews of colleges, right? They wanted transparent fee structures, because what is the actual fees of a college is actually not known to the student, right? There is management quota fees, some scholarships are there. Um, and this became the vision. That our vision with Collegedunia is very simple. We want to help every student in India and now abroad to find the best college which he or she deserves. Uh, it is so many of failures to actually to get to this where we are today.
Gautam, everyone talks about their wins and successful events that have happened in order to define their journey. What were the challenges and how has your journey been so far with Shiprocket?
Uh, it's quite interesting. It's we are about 13 years old as a company. We've died twice in that journey and risen a few times. So I think it's perseverance and grit that is largely responsible for where you are. But what happens is, even if you're raising money, you're deploying money as well at the same time. We were talking about this, right? That you die so many lives, and you still need to get up. Get up. As a company, we started the business as we were called Cart Rocket. We were helping businesses build websites, and SMBs go online and start selling to the customers directly. That was our business. That transpired into helping them ship their orders or get payments through a checkout solution, or enable them through e-commerce. But the business slightly changed. Our customer did not. So from our perspective, we kept on servicing the same customer. How you want to solve that problem kept changing. And whenever we changed the problem, it meant that we failed. So we failed solving it. The first time we tried to open a marketplace, we failed then as well. It's really, really important at that point of time. We have certain team members who have seen that journey and who have stuck around the company. As those 5-10 people, they've always been with us. And we still work together, we still build the company. So it's about failure, successes, and it will continue. So you just need to make sure that you have the grit and perseverance to be able to be on it.
Shiprocket connects small-scale sellers to its buyers and gives access to delivery of products, whereas Collegedunia connects students and parents with the institutions. So what is it like creating ecosystems rather than just mere platforms for you guys?
So I'll take this first. So Making the helping a student find the best college is not an end in itself. It's a big journey, and it's a big personal vision for us. So I'll share a very small story. When we started reviews, we wanted to create a revolution in terms of what TripAdvisor reviews did to hotel industry. It really, really raised the standards of the quality of hotels and the hotel service which you get today versus what you got maybe 25 years back. We wanted colleges to invest in the fundamental things. We wanted them to have great faculty. We wanted them to make sure that all of their students are placed and with handsome placements. We wanted them to actually, transparently say what is their fee structure like, and if there are any scholarships, giving it to the meritorious students. This is what we stand for. And we believe that giving a lot of this objective information along with cutoffs was the way to go. In this journey, we realized that we are actually solving this purpose. I'll share an anecdote. So there was a review in Tamil Nadu for an engineering college where in this particular college, the male students are not allowed to talk to the female students, and there is a penalty that you have to pay a small fees on it. Now, apparently, I thought this was outrageous, but this works fairly well in Tamil Nadu. Parents just really, really love it. Some students don't, apparently, which is why this particular student posted this review. But it just goes to show that our objective is to deliver all the information fairly transparently. And it's the decision of the parent and the student to make the decision based on the information we give them. The second thing is basically in the last 20 years, what we are really proud of, we are one of the small players along with the government, which because of its NIRF rankings has played a huge role in making the colleges more transparent. It is now that I am very sure in the next 10 years, you'll find a lot of institutions which are coming in the top 20 or 30 of QS rankings. We, in the last 15 years, have seen amazing institutions like even Ashoka University really, really come up in rankings and deliver very, very high quality in education. So, we believe that the journey is very large to deliver a great platform where students make great decisions, and colleges are focusing all their energies on providing great education, making it affordable, and placing students well. This is what our mission is.
Nice. Gautam.
I think Shiprocket as a journey, we were always on that journey that India is full of entrepreneurs. We have more entrepreneurs than we always have more entrepreneurs than any other country. If you look at any Western economy, everybody in our economy wants to be an entrepreneur or is an entrepreneur. The idea was to be able to get them to a particular level and help them to be able to reach there. So from a platform perspective, what we were intending to do was that they all wanted to retail, sell online, right? And particularly how can we solve for each part of their journey. So the journey that they typically take themselves is finding a product, building a brand and marketing it. Then beyond that, once they get an order, how to get that to a customer, there's a lot of other components of complex parts of that journey which needs to be solved. And our job was to make it democratic. Large companies are able to do it for themselves. Small businesses cannot. So our journey was to be able to replicate or in their own way, innovate how a large company does, but a small company can also do. You're buying from Amazon, you're buying from a small seller, your experience should be similar so that you're happy to go back and buy it from the seller. That was their job. And doing it with thousands and millions of users or businesses, that's what the platform ends up bringing the scale and being getting hundreds and thousands of customers every day who are building businesses. No, they're not buying. They're actually building businesses every day. Being able to do that at scale is what a platform does. From an ecosystem play, it's very important because we have so many facets. There are so many stakeholders of the transaction. There is the logistics company, there is this fulfillment company, there is the customer of the goods, there is the rider, there is the consumer of the goods, and there's obviously the business owner. And the business owner has his own stakeholders. Getting all these components, not all of them, but all the parts which are essential for that transaction under one ecosystem is essentially important. One of the most important legs of the ecosystem is also getting these millions of people talk to each other. They learn from so much of their success. As a running Shiprocket, I see thousands of users signing up, starting their transactions, few dying out, and many succeeding. And these are all success stories, young entrepreneurs. I've met so many of them. Somebody's as young as 21, 22 has now, without raising a single penny, putting a small, measly amount in their business and putting all the effort, being able to now apply a E-class for himself, living out of a tier 2 town. That's the kind of stories that would come through. You would have, have you had these sellers who were family of tribals in one location who were making this particular product and selling it online. And one of them was smart enough to understand that they could sell it online, and they were producing so much now. And that particular set of families in that tribal village are quite rich, I would say. So then the stories are filled up, and it's every day.
Gautam, how is your brand different from its competitors?
So I think Shiprocket is more of a platform and an ecosystem play for us. As our offering has indirect competition. A customer can choose to work with us and get a more ecosystem and platform like solution from us. Some of the customers of the market, products and some of the brands in the market choose to go directly to the courier companies and work with them. That is the competition. So our job is to be able to solve for operating so that the customer does not need to put up a lot of investment in running their operations. Our job is to be able to work best for people who are young, who have smaller teams, who are focusing more on their business from a selling perspective and want somebody else to manage everything else. So we would be more suited for businesses which are of a particular size. Some enterprise customers also end up using us. We have had customers like Mamaearth or Boat who started using us 8-9 years ago when they were small, and they continue using us. But at the same time, they've been able to run their operations by one person outfit. Millions of orders selling on D2C just by one person, because they have this technology and operating layer which Shiprocket provides. That's what differentiates us to our indirect competition, which might want, they will have to work with 5 like them and manage them. That's the difference. That's the major difference.
One of the key factors of building a brand is trust. How do you build trust among students and parents through a platform like Collegedunia? Sahil.
Thank you. So, building trust is basically building what students and parents really need. What do they really need when it comes to choosing a college? So we are the only platform which, which provides maybe more than 1 lakh free sample papers of JEE, NEET exams, all for free. So they do not have to buy books or something like that. All they get solutions. We provide solutions about 10 lakhs questions, all for free on our website, just because students don't have to spend extra money on this. And our team spend, Second is basically whenever there is an exam which is over, there is a lot of scrambling what college stream which I get, which college which I get. So we have launched predictors, which is JEE, NEET predictors. They can actually see this is what college which suits me. This is how much I can pay. They can sort the college fees based on, different criterias like rankings, fees. Our biggest thing which we invested in is basically the detailed fee structures, like management fee structures. It's funny that in a lot of cases, colleges start charging for random things, and the average fees which students pay is actually double of tuition fee. We've, in couple of cases, because of our student reviews, which we've heavily invested in, that has actually come down. And this is what we are really proud of. Our reviews, which I'm really, really proud of, we have 10 lakh students who've actually written reviews. One of the funniest things they write about and which they don't like is mess food. So, I really believe that we've improved the mess quality food also. Because I think mess quality and the campus life play a very, very important role because you're going to spend maybe 3-4 years of your life, you better have good food. So yeah, it's the overall ecosystem of papers, delivering fees, quality. I think transparency delivers trust. So it's because of the transparency, making everything transparent and making it, and overall helping a student reduce his overall fees outgo is what helps us, where we are today and enabling trust.
Gautam, how do you see AI changing your operations in the next 3 to 5 years?
In every way possible. But I think AI and Gen AI particularly, it's changing the way you run business. And one thing which it's an opportunity for each and every individual and a company to save themselves from being from the next startup which will kill you because he's thinking AI first and you've built your systems in a very different way. So the playing ground or the playbook has changed completely. Either you adopt or somebody else will adopt it and then kill you. And it's replicable for each and every business. The way you give your customer support, the way you analytics or your systems work, how any of your core product functions work. How do you in our case, for example, I have to allocate which is the best courier for a particular transaction when it's shipping from one location to another. Now I do it through a particular system that needs to be it's somewhat machine learning, but there's so much Gen AI that I can use to be able to do that. The way I provide customer support to a customer today, it can be far more scalable and the quality can be far better if I used Gen AI. How do I qualify leads into actual customers? That can change completely. My cost of acquiring a customer can be 1/4 or 1/10 of what it is today. So all the you have to rethink of each and every function of your business and each and every workflow that you have built to run that business to be able to get your cost or your profit or whatever top line, whatever you have thought about. You have to rethink everything. You have to retrain your teams because they have a particular way of thinking. This is something which I did not realize, but the teams are scared because they think that it's challenging for it might be a challenge for themselves. But if you don't do it, then it's a challenge actually. So you need to adopt and you should be able to be on top of it, because if you're not that, then you're on the other side who doesn't know anything about it. So I think for myself, for the teams, I'm constantly reading about it. I'm constantly trying out platforms. I'm constantly doing things that I've never done in my life. So coding, I've never done that. I don't know how to do it, but I can still do it.
Sometimes I think that there's going to be an AI CEO as well. So, but yeah, maybe
Hope
that
not.
is. I hope that is 20 or maybe 30, 40 years away, and then AI is able to replace my job. Then I don't know. So we really need to work hard.
Sahil, for our young audience sitting here, what would be your advice for the budding entrepreneurs?
So like Gautam, we were chatting that in our journey, I think I've been an entrepreneur since 2010. There have been about 2 instances where we as a company have nearly died because of cash flow or other reasons. You still need to, the biggest quality is not intelligence or sharpness, which is what, or, making it very pretty, what it is. It's about the fundamental stuffs of resilience. When all the chips are down, what makes you tick up? Your mission. A lot of times I compare our journey as entrepreneurs to think like cockroaches. Cockroaches are the only animals which survive nuclear winter. So, not dying is the biggest quality which a budding entrepreneur can think of. And we as Indians, for the next decade, for the next 20 years, we need loads of them. And we need a lot of entrepreneurs to long-term succeed. Our only thing is basically not dying. I don't know what happens in the journey when you just keep up faith, just get up every day, go deliver what your mission really is. And it can be a different mission. Like for Gautam, it is enabling a lot of small sellers become big. For us, it is finding every student the best college. And for somebody else, when the chips are down, just do the fundamentals, get up every day, and still do your job. A lot of times it will not make sense, but you still got to do it.
I want to wrap this session up by asking you both one last question. What is your vision for the next 10 years for Collegedunia and for Shiprocket?
Yeah, I think for us, we still have our, I'll talk about our business. So retail, e-commerce, people buying online is constantly growing. it has been growing, and the retail as a category itself is growing, and people buying online is also growing. So it's like a double tailwind in that sense. But what is happening is that it's getting less democratic. Our job 10 years ago was to make it as democratic as possible. Let the small seller also give the experience that a large company can. I think there are so many facets of that. For example, quick commerce is just it's talking about being a $30 billion market in no time and growing at crazy growth. So if that is the new truth of how retail is going to happen, we are still a long way. Today that I want to solve for is that can I enable brands out of malls and high street delivered to the customer in 30 minutes. Why do they need a dark store? So from all the way evolving going through the evolved journey of how purchases will happen, how AI will affect it, and how can I make it easier for a small business to be able to sell it to a customer, because he has more than what an actual large marketplace might have, is still the journey that I'm on. And 10 years from now, the journey is not going to change. It will keep changing. It'll keep advancing in its own way. I need to make sure that I adopt and I meet the consumer experience and give that to the business to succeed.
Sahil.
So for us, I think for the next 20 years, for India to succeed, we need two things. One is great quality entrepreneurs, and second is very, very employable graduates. Very employable graduates, especially in the age of AI, is a function of how our colleges produce those graduates. So our mission is somehow enabling all the colleges in India to raise their service level or the quality of education, and so that the employability of the next citizens, where we are prepared for 2047 mission, which our PM has laid out. This is what it is, that we want the quality of education to just keep rising. AI is a tool, right? A lot of people will succeed to it. We have to invest in our students today, so they are the most equipped AI workforce which we have. So if we are able to deliver, if we as Collegedunia are able to play even 1% role in making sure that the most AI-enabled workforce is our college graduates, I think we would have done our job.
Thank you so much, Sahil, and thank you so much, Gautam, for this. Thank you. Thank you for
Very
taking
much.
our time.